And welcome to the Badass Breastfeeding Podcast. This is Dianne, your lactation consultant.
And this is Abby, the Badass Breastfeeder. And today's episode is brought to you by Simple Wishes. Simple Wishes Stages bra is truly revolutionary. It transforms from an everyday wire-free regular bra to a nursing bra, and then back again. And we'll hear more from our sponsor later, but you can head to badassbreastfeedingpodcast.com and check out our sponsor page. If you ever need anything, see if you can give them your business because they make this podcast possible. While you're there, scroll down, enter your email address, and we'll send episodes straight to your inbox every week. And we are on Patreon, and we would love to see you over there in our growing community of badass breastfeeders. You could check the top link in the show notes under this episode, wherever you're listening from, and see if any of the tiers look good to you. We've got a badass tier, super badass, and ultra badass. And hopefully we'll see you there. And everyone who signs up gets a cool pack of our stickers. So that's also motivation to come and join.
Oh, yeah.
But you have to enter your address in the thing. If you do that, you'll know what I'm talking about when it comes up. We are still also hosting our ongoing giveaway for people who leave reviews around the internet, which is another way to get your hands on a pack of our stickers. Leave a review or share the podcast on your page or your socials, whatever you've got, however you're sharing it. Take a screenshot, send it to badassbreastfeedingpodcast@gmail.com along with your address. And we will send you a pack of stickers and thank you for nursing in public cards. And now Dianne has our review of the week.
And it says, have been loving this podcast. I am currently 38 weeks pregnant with my first baby and plan to breastfeed her. I've always heard women say I'm going to try breastfeeding, which has always made it seem like it's so hard and a lot of people can't do it. So be prepared to try and give it up. So anyway, I hope that she gives us an update on how they're doing with the baby. Send us an email if you want to, and we'd love to hear about it. But today we are going to talk about colostrum, which
Colostrum.
is really cool stuff. Cool. So colostrum, it is your first milk that you have. So a lot of times people think, well, I don't have any milk. I don't have anything. I didn't have any. They told you that in the hospital.
Absolutely.
Right? That you didn't have anything. So you had to use formula because you didn't have anything, which is untrue. We have colostrum, and you're making colostrum from middle of your pregnancy. So you have it for the baby. It is there. And the baby can get it when they nurse, but nobody believes about it. It's like this mystery thing or something. I don't know. It's so ridiculous that nobody really realizes that it's there.
Well, and I think that we also think that babies need to be eating a whole bunch. We're just oh my God, they were just born a few minutes ago. They need to have a full belly of milk.
They need to hit the buffet. Come on.
Yeah, I remember somebody saying one time, you feel the way you feel at the end of your pregnancy because they sucked everything out of you. Or if they don't come out starving.
No, they don't. So you do have colostrum, but the thing is with the colostrum is that it's there, but it's there in small amounts. So it's not you don't feel full you do with your milk.
Yeah, because your baby's belly is the size of a peanut?
Yeah, it's tiny.
When they come out, they need drops.
Literally drops. And that's what your body is making because that's what your baby needs. So, and it is the colostrum, it is very uniquely designed for specific things that your baby needs at that critical stage that they're first coming into life. I remember reading somewhere one time that if cows, I think it was cows, didn't get the colostrum from their mother, that farmers didn't keep the cow because they weren't going to be healthy enough or something like that. It wasn't so it's important stuff to have. So first of all, the immune protection is real.
You can keep your baby, though.
Yes, you can keep your baby. It's totally okay. The immune protection is like serious with this. And that is one of the things that I tell parents first. It's like their first step into immunity. Like they are born with this immune system that is not built up yet. So when you give them your colostrum, you're giving them antibodies, and you're giving them components that are going to protect them from viruses and bacteria and pathogens and everything that is out there. So it kind of like coats their gut and keeps bacteria and pathogens from getting inside. It's like, I always say, like it works like a paintbrush. You could just kind of paints their gut and they just get protected from these things, which is super important because they don't have an immune system when they're born. So you are giving them immunity with colostrum. And it is really important for them to have that, obviously, because we want to keep them from getting sick, right? Like we want to keep them healthy. So, and babies are just so fragile with stuff like that because they don't have an immune system. So this colostrum is going to help them with fighting all those little bacterias and all those little illnesses and things like that.
Yeah. Do you remember, like, it was the beginning of the pandemic, and like the entire world thought the United States was insane. I mean, for lots of reasons, but also because we were recommending that parents that were testing positive for COVID be separated from their newborns.
Mm-hmm.
Remember? And it was like, wait a minute, that's like the worst time to separate. Like they need that colostrum is the best thing that they can have right now. Right now.
It's ridiculous.
In a pandemic. Like that's the one thing they need.
Yeah, and we were taking it away from them.
Yes.
Like, what is wrong? What is wrong with us? We're insane.
Oh my God. Everybody was like, oh my God, such idiots.
I know. And then they finally were like, oh no, stop doing that. Yeah, like 2 years in. Like,
yeah.
Come on.
Which, by the way, not to laugh, because it was so traumatic. I know a lot of you listening have pandemic babies and did go through a lot of this trauma. And I am so sorry.
I know.
That was so awful because we do know enough about colostrum where that shouldn't have been happening.
I know. It shouldn't have been at all. It was really a terrible time.
Yeah.
So colostrum also contains growth factors that help your baby's intestines mature, and it helps their gut lining. So that helps their microbiome, which there's so much cool information coming out about microbiome these days. I don't know enough about it. I should learn more about it so that we can do an episode on it. So that
we did an episode on it.
Did we do an episode on microbiome?
I feel like you did like a
crash course.
Yeah. Or you went to a workshop or something and we did an episode on it. I swear to God.
Oh,
I'm going to look right here.
Cannabis. Yeah. Look, because I don't remember.
I mean, you've done more than one workshop. I know for a fact that we have an episode that has, microbiome poop season 1, 2022. Okay. Well, I think Dianne needs to listen to this episode.
Yeah. I need to listen to that episode.
Update it.
Yeah. Because microbiome stuff is really cool. And there's like ways and there's so much research coming out showing that like babies that get breast milk, babies that get colostrum and breast milk, their microbiome is so much healthier than babies that don't get that. And it makes a huge difference in the course of their life to have a healthy microbiome. So that is something that your colostrum starts out doing too. Now, it also helps to prevent jaundice. I know this is like, when I worked in the hospital, people would say that like, oh, if they're breastfeeding, they're more higher risk for jaundice. And that's not true. That's not true. And I think they say that because it's less volume, like babies are getting less volume than they would if you were pumping 2 ounces of formula into them. But one of the things with jaundice is that jaundice leaves your body via pooping. So you have to poop out the bilirubin. You have to poop out the jaundice. Colostrum, it has a laxative effect, which is there to help promote early and frequent pooping. And that helps them clear their bilirubin more efficiently. So it really does help them to get the colostrum because it's working as a laxative in their system to move out all of that bilirubin and that jaundice. So you can feel confident that your baby is getting what they need. They don't need to have more volume necessarily, but the colostrum is helping them to get that jaundice out anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And that is really important because we don't want, babies with jaundice, it's so hard. And I know we've done episodes on jaundice, but it is really hard. It's hard because I just had a mom that was dealing with this over the last week where the baby was like, under lights and they're separated. And it's so hard. It's so hard to deal with it. And it's when the bilirubin in your baby's system is too high and they have to bring it down. And every baby gets jaundice to a certain extent, but if their levels go too high, then they have to go under lights and you get separated from them for 12 to 24 hours. And it's a lot. It's just a lot. So helping to prevent that in any way you can is really important. So colostrum will help them to do that. So that's important for them to get it because of that. It's high concentrated in nutrients, and we're going to talk about like the components of what's in it in a little bit, but it is produced in small amounts. We know that you only have small amounts of colostrum, but it is dense with essential nutrients. So proteins, vitamins, A and E, minerals, antioxidants, all of that supports like early organ development and early growth. All of that is in your colostrum, but it's in concentrated amounts. So they don't need a lot of it and they still get the benefit from having it. And you kind of wonder like, oh my God, how is all of this in this these few little drops that my baby is getting? Is this even beneficial for them? But it's so beneficial for them. It's easy for them to digest. So where we know that like formula is kind of hard for babies to digest sometimes, their system has a harder time with it. So they tend to stay fuller longer, which I think, some people really like the idea that your baby stays fuller longer, then you don't have to feed them as frequently. But that's not how babies are designed. So it's easy for them to digest. Their digestive system is immature. Everything on a baby is immature. So their digestive system is immature. So making things easy for them is the way to go. And their digestive system can handle colostrum. It's very easy for them to digest it. Its components are gentle. It's easily for them to absorb. And it's perfect for them while they're making this transition into your milk. So that is one of the reasons why we don't have like full milk supply when your baby's born. Plus, they don't need a full milk supply when your baby's born. They can't handle a full milk supply.
Well,
that's too much.
Yeah. If they could and if they needed that, then that's what would happen.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
But that's not like it's like we literally know how big their stomach is.
I know. They need like 2 to 10 mLs or something so small like that.
Right.
Like it's ridiculous how small amount they need. It supports their blood sugar. So we know babies can have like wonky blood sugar when they're first born. It can be a little low. The high protein content and bioactive components help to regulate the newborn's glucose levels, which is really important, especially if you have a baby that's like if you had gestational diabetes, you have a baby that's large for gestational age, you have a baby that's small for gestational age, like all of those things you could have like blood sugar issues with any of those problems. Mm-hmm. And again, they come at you a lot of times with formula with blood sugar, but your colostrum is fine and it supports blood sugar stability. That and skin to skin, which supports blood sugar as well. So lots of skin to skin and colostrum for your baby, and you shouldn't have any blood sugar issues. But they always do like that is one of the reasons for supplementation in the hospital is blood sugar. So
yeah.
It protects against harmful bacteria. So colostrum contains lactoferrin and lysozyme and other antimicrobial factors that inhibit the growth of pathogens in the gut and help establish a healthy microbiome. So they actually inhibit the growth of pathogens. They're like telling the pathogens, you are not welcome here. You need to go elsewhere.
Fuck off.
Fuck you, bacteria. So that is exactly what's going on in your baby's little system with the colostrum, because it's not letting it grow there, which is really important, especially in those new days, those early days when your baby doesn't have a immune system.
Right. This is like literally why your body is making this stuff.
Right. Exactly.
So your baby can have it from the moment that they get out. And that's why they make it all in this like tiny little drops, because that's all your baby can handle when they're first born. And yeah, your body knows what it's doing.
Now, if you have like a late preterm, premature, or medically fragile baby, colostrum can be like a medicine for them. And is that important? I mean, we know that like breast milk is like a medicine too, but colostrum is specifically like super important for them to have. Reducing the infection risk, improving gut readiness for them, and just promoting overall stability. Like this is a really important piece for them to have. So we want them to get that colostrum because of all of these reasons, for the jaundice, for the immune protection, for, the bacteria, everything is, is there for them. And it's just like, we should be promoting this so much for babies.
Ugh. Yes.
And we just aren't. Like sometimes I'll hear people say, well, at least give them the colostrum. And it's like, yeah, that's, that is a really important piece of it. I mean, getting as much colostrum in breast milk as your baby can possibly get is important. Like any little bit they can get is important. And we should definitely be promoting it. And this is what they should be talking about with you guys when you're pregnant, like in your doctor's offices and at your OB appointments, like how important the colostrum is for your baby to have for these reasons.
You know what I find really interesting is that like you can see like, I don't even remember why I saw this. It was some sort of, international science convention with like science nerds and all these people that were, appointed or got jobs or whatever from various countries. And they're talking about breast milk and colostrum and, one of these conventions or whatever that happen all the time. You've spoken at them, I'm sure, to peers. And, you go around and the science is so clear. And these scientists are talking about all of these things, all the reasons why breastfeeding is needed and all of that. And then you go to like a doctor's office and you hear something totally different. And there's like such a disconnect between like the scientific community and then like the recommendations or whatever that are coming down from various agencies.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so suspicious.
It is.
Like, how is there such a disconnect? Like we know that like, you can say things, we say things on this podcast that are like, people think is super controversial, but like, we're not saying anything that's not being said at like, whatever. Mm-hmm. Like whatever scientists are saying about breast milk, like loads of literature has been written on, but like you never hear it. It's almost like there's like some sort of like capitalist conspiracy or something that's like suppressing the information because they make money maybe on you not knowing about breastfeeding, and formula companies make more money.
I don't know.
This is where my kids will be like, are you being sarcastic? My kids are always like, I can't tell when you're being sarcastic because you're just like always sarcastic. Like, yeah, I know.
It's just the way it is. It's wild because they don't talk about it.
It's messed up.
Yeah.
It's not fair. I mean, it really like all of the shit, all of the information, all of the suppression of information that goes on for profit. That's like it literally kills babies. That's not an exaggeration. Like babies, medically fragile babies, premature babies, like rely on colostrum and breast milk to survive.
Mm-hmm. And we know, like in the United States where we are, it sounds dramatic to say that.
I know, but it's not.
But it's not. It's not. And around the world, babies do die.
Yes.
If they don't get it. And here, I mean, we do have an uptick of babies that are dying, parents that are dying. Like it's really, the mortality rate is crazy.
Well, and then the disparity in the Black community, Black babies dying, like 5 times, 10, 20, whatever. I should have the statistic ready, ready at the tip of my mind, but like way more than white babies. Mm-hmm. And because there's because of the information support and, the racist system.
Yeah.
And it really is like, it keeps and formula companies target these communities.
They do. Mm-hmm. They do.
Anyway.
And and then there's that one formula that I don't mean to make this like a whole formula discussion, but the one formula by heart was just recalled because of babies getting sick.
Yeah. I was gonna, I saw like, whatever. Yeah. I saw that.
So it's dangerous. It's risky. It's risky. Especially if that's something that you count on for your baby and then all of a sudden it's being recalled.
Yeah.
Like, that's scary.
Yeah. And not to mention all the countries. Yeah. Not to mention all the countries that don't have access to clean water even. Mm-hmm. And they're just reliant on formula with dirty water and possibly contaminated formula.
And we know that, sometimes it's hard for some people to have a full milk supply, like medically there's reasons. And our recent episode about like primary low milk supply, like that's a real thing. We know that, but everybody has colostrum. Mm-hmm. And this is something that you can give your baby that is going to make a difference in their life.
Now, can you donate colostrum? I know you can donate breast milk, and that's obviously a big thing, but do people ever donate colostrum?
I don't know. That's a really good question. I don't know if they do.
I know that people, and we do have an episode on this, and I know we have to take a break, but we do have an episode on like antenatal colostrum.
Yeah, I was going to talk about that today too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then why don't we take a break and then we'll get into that.
Okay.
And I thought it would be fun, again, to read some reviews. Well, let me introduce our sponsor for today, which is Simple Wishes. And the Simple Wishes Stages bra is their newest in their line of nursing and pumping bras, along with all of their awesome stuff. But the Stages bra comes in a tank top form. And I read a lot of bra reviews last week, and I'm going to read some tank reviews because, I mean, who better to hear from than somebody who actually bought it? Mm-hmm. So I'm just going to go real quick. Love this tank. Perfect for sleeping and lounging at home. If you need a break from wearing a bra, this tank is perfect. I hate bras. I'm always going to take the opportunity to say that. I've breastfed 3 kids and prefer clip-down tanks over nursing bras. These are the best I've encountered, and I've never seen one before that can be adjusted so you can hide the nursing clasp. Love that feature. Really makes it worth the price for a basic layering tank. This is my favorite nursing cami so far. I have an LV pump, and this cami works the best for holding it in place comfortably too without stretching out the cups too much. When I use the cute boob print halter strap cup extender accessory, the material is supportive in the shell bra and really holds everything in place. These are great. These are better than expected. These are really soft and not too tight. I'm really busty, 36 double D, and they offer more support than I thought. I bought a medium and it's comfy. I basically live in this tank top every day. I bought one in every color. It has a built-in bra with removable padding and easy access for nursing. The problem with nursing bras and regular shirts while nursing is that your belly is showing and it gets cold. This solves that problem. Other tanks' necklines are too high, but this doesn't look like a nursing shirt, and I like that I can wear this even after I stop nursing with the extra pair of bra straps that don't have a nursing hook. I mean, this is the point of the stages bra, the different stages that you're going through. You can wear it through pregnancy, through nursing, and beyond. It transforms back into a regular tank top. I mean, how cool is that?
I know.
And the awesome, even more awesome, is that if you go to simplewishes.com and you use code BADASS, you'll get 50% off your order. I really hope you're all over there doing that because
it's a great deal.
This is such a good deal. And that's really their commitment, is to making things affordable. And they also just really love badasses. And so enjoy your badass 50% off at simplewishes.com. You can also find all that information in the show notes under this episode, wherever you're listening from. Also over at badassbreastfeedingpodcast.com on our sponsor page. Over there, you'll also find all of our other episodes, our favorite resources page, and information about scheduling your very own one-on-one online lactation consultation with Dianne.
People do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I wanted to talk a little bit about like what is in colostrum, because that is important to know, like what you're giving your baby. So it's got a lot of immunologic components, things like secretory IgA, which is the dominant antibody, and that's what coats the baby's gut and protects them from the pathogens. IgG and IgM antibodies, leukocytes, lactoferrin. Lactoferrin is what binds the iron, inhibiting bacterial growth. So that's why your baby doesn't need extra iron, because of lactoferrin. Lysozyme, which breaks down bacterial cell walls. Cytokines, which help regulate the immune responses. And oligosaccharides, which feed beneficial gut bacteria. We have good gut bacteria and we have bad gut bacteria. So oligosaccharides will feed the good bacteria and will block the bad bacteria. So
oligosaccharides. That's my new favorite word.
Oligosaccharides. Yep. So those are really plentiful in your milk. There's lots of them. There's like 200 different kinds of oligosaccharides in your milk.
Wow.
So then we have epidermal growth factors, critical for gut healing and maturation. Insulin-like growth factors, transforming growth factors, vascular endothelial growth factors, and nerve growth factors. So lots of really cool stuff in there. We also have proteins. Protein is higher than in mature milk. And it has a purpose for that, but it is higher in colostrum than it is in your milk. Fat is lower than in milk, but rich in essential fatty acids. Carbohydrates, which is primary lactose and complex oligosaccharides. Vitamins, especially high in A, E, and K. And minerals, including zinc, sodium, and chloride. And these things help to there's also bioactive enzymes and hormones. So lipase, which aids in fat digestion. So your baby is taking everything in and digesting it well. Amylase, which supports carbohydrate digestion, and hormones such as prolactin, cortisol, insulin, and thyroid hormones. So your baby needs all of that stuff too.
Mm.
And they also has anti-inflammatory components, which help reduce inflammation and protect vulnerable tissues. So antioxidants, vitamins A and E, anti-inflammatory cytokines, and glutathione. So really cool stuff in your colostrum that your baby needs to have.
When you can't say the word, you know it's important.
You know it's important stuff if you cannot say the word. Now, there was this recent study that came out that I read that this was one of the reasons why I was like, oh, we should do an episode on colostrum, because this really cool study just came out. It's the world's first evidence links exclusive colostrum intake with reduced peanut allergy risk.
Ah.
So it said the first of its kind findings show that newborns exclusively fed colostrum in their first 72 hours of life were 5 times less likely to develop a peanut allergy by 12 to 18 months and 11 times less likely to develop multiple food allergies such as egg or cow's milk compared with infants who also received formula. So, and they did, isn't that interesting?
Mm-hmm.
It's the increased risk of peanut allergy was most pronounced in infants that received formula, while it remained very low in exclusive colostrum-fed infants. It says that this suggests that exclusive colostrum feeding is a primary preventive strategy, whereas early peanut introduction is a risk mitigating strategy that might especially be relevant to higher risk infants that had formula.
Mm.
So it says, strikingly, we observed that 9 or more colostrum feedings per day might fully protect the infants against peanut allergy. So this is really important that babies are getting the colostrum, because now they're seeing that it's like protecting them from allergy too. I mean, that is really important for babies.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a lot of kids have these allergies. Like my niece's daughter is in kindergarten right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're not allowed to bring peanut butter to school.
Oh, we can't bring peanuts or peanut butter to our co-op.
I mean, that's really hard. Like, what if your kid only eats peanut butter and jelly?
There was a case, this was a long time ago when I was working as a social worker at a residential facility. We went to this training and they were talking about it was kind of like overregulation of things. And there's a state, I can't remember which one it was, where peanut butter and peanuts are not allowed in any of the facilities in that state.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What?
I think there was an incident where where a kid had an allergic reaction or even died or something and then they were just like, okay, no more peanut butter in the state of whatever.
Oh my gosh. I eat peanuts or peanut butter every day. I mean, and I know they're saying now that's important to introduce that to your baby early. The things that are like higher allergens, to introduce them to your babies earlier. Mm-hmm. Not early, like 2 months, but have it be like one of the first things that you introduce them to.
Yeah.
And that's supposed to be helpful. But if your baby had exclusive colostrum, they were going to be extra protected. So that makes a huge difference for them. Like, I remember being like really nervous about food allergies, and thank goodness my kids don't have any. But we're not saying
not to minimize food allergies, because if you're like anaphylactic to peanuts, my God,
oh my gosh.
I'm very happy to not bring peanuts or peanut butter anywhere. Very, very happy to do that, because I can't imagine that would be awful. It's just like, it would be great if we could like treat this as the epidemic that it is, how do we, because it's horrible for people to have to live like that.
It really is. It really is. Oh my God. And then I just wanted to touch on really quick before we go, the colostrum, prenatal colostrum extraction. Mm-hmm. So we do have an episode on this, but it is becoming more of a thing now where people are encouraged to bring their own colostrum to the hospital. And that's something that you can do if you're having a baby at a hospital. It's something that you can do that's easy to do, just hand expressing colostrum prior to your baby being born, collecting it and bringing it with you. And this is really great if you have gestational diabetes and there might be a blood sugar issue. Having that extra colostrum for your baby could be really important. It could be the difference between them getting formula and not getting formula. So if you really want to be sure that your baby's getting this colostrum and you want to do the colostrum collection prior to, definitely check out that episode. And it's something that you can do. All you have to do is hand express some colostrum and collect it. They sell little colostrum collectors, I think, on Amazon.
I'm sure
people are getting them. I know everything's on Amazon. I think you can even get like a Thanksgiving dinner on Amazon now. but
that's nice. Actually, I want to order like Thanksgiving dinners for like.
Oh, you can order them for people. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Like just to like, I think the building across the street from me is like like an adult support building, like independent living, but like every once in a while, I know a social worker when I see one. Sometimes you'll see like a social worker over there. And I know I was talking to one of the guys there and he was referring to his caretaker. So I think that the building is like some sort of like adult independent living, but with support thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm always like, that'd be cool. I could just like send the whole building like a Thanksgiving dinner.
I know.
Anyway, my God, that was
no. But if you want to, you can start it. You can start collecting colostrum after 36 weeks gestation. And if you hand express twice a day for 10 minutes each time, that is what has been seen by research to be safe. So don't worry that you're going to like put yourself into labor or anything like that. That is not anything that happens.
Sometimes it just comes leaking out, doesn't it?
Yeah. Sometimes you're just leaking it anyway. Yeah. Sometimes some people leak, some people don't. That's okay if you're not. It doesn't mean you don't have any. You definitely have it.
I never did. Yeah.
Yeah. I never leaked either. So you can collect it and bring it to the hospital, label it, put a date on it. You can freeze it. Some people freeze it like, you know, after the baby's first born and they were pumping or something like that. Like if they're separated from the baby and pumping, then they'll freeze it and they'll be like, all right, I'm saving the colostrum for when the baby gets sick. Like it's really powerful.
Yeah.
It's really powerful stuff. So, so we want your baby to get it. And these are the ways that you can do it.
And if you're tandem nursing, your older child will have some colostrum when your new baby is born. And they tend to like it. Like it tastes different or something, makes them poop. I don't even remember.
It does make them poop more. Yeah. So that's everything about colostrum. That's your crash course in colostrum.
Yeah. And a little bit about the building across the street from me. Thanks for listening.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.